Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Chef Yef, but y'all know the only thing I'm cooking up is my opinion. I appreciate y'all for being here with me in this video. If you enjoy the content, you already know what to do. If you want to donate to the channel, Cash App is Chef Yef with 3 F's. Link on the screen or in the description below. And remember, I am not a hip-hop journalist. I'm not a hip-hop historian or a lyrical miracle specialist. I just give my take on things I'm tapped into. And I hope you all are having a good and blessed day. All right, so in this video, we're going to get into Drake and Stake's legal woes just got worse. So I don't know, man. It's looking a little spooky for Drizzy, man, but we're going to see what it's time about. All right, so this video comes courtesy of The Ville. Make sure y'all go like, subscribe, and donate to this channel. If you not already, without further ado, let's get to it.
Drake's days in court are not over. It looks like it's still going in different states. After the recent outcome in Virginia, it looks like New Mexico has took a different turn. But this is a battle across multiple jurisdictions, across multiple states, where they think differently of each other. Each judge that is assigned this case having to deal with Drake and Stake and Aiden Ross, they have a different outcome for each of these situations. And this is happening in New Mexico right now. Drake is currently facing a situation involving New Mexico where they don't know what the outcome is going to be, at least for the time being. It says here that Drake's Stake fight turns New Mexico into nationwide legal battleground. Drake's Stake case reaches a key New Mexico test as both camps battle over discovery, jurisdiction, and a longer court pause. It says here Drake's New Mexico fight has become a legal battleground as federal courts split over Stake's cases and plaintiffs pursue his promotional records. An August 13th joint report reviewed by all hip-hop shows both sides demanding opposite paths from Chief U.S. District Judge Kenneth Gonzalez. The plaintiffs want another 90-day pause or court-approved discovery into how Drake's Stake campaign reached New Mexico residents. Without discovery, plaintiff cannot ascertain the exact number of New Mexico residents that has subscribed to DrakesKick.com channel, or that Drake has targeted with promotional content and convinced people to use Stake.us. But the court can reasonably infer from Drake's substantial follower count and widespread influence on young people nationwide, as well as from plaintiff's experience, that Drake has conducted at least a single transaction within New Mexico, their lawyers had wrote. So the plaintiffs, Nathaniel and Rory, are pursuing claims involving Drake's promotion to Stake.us and alleged gambling losses. They want the case to remain in federal court and want access to information about Drake's promotional activities. However, there is a problem. The problem is that they apparently don't have the evidence yet. Showing exactly how many New Mexico residents were reached out by Drake's Stake promotion is something that they still have to prove. And that's why they're asking for a discovery. They argue one in-state transaction could trigger New Mexico's long-arm law and justify reviewing Drake's partnership details and marketing strategy. Drake's earlier declaration says he never directed, tailored, or targeted his Stake.us related promotional content specifically to New Mexico residents or to the New Mexico market, and never created Stake.us related content with the intention or understanding that his content, Drake's content, would be used to advertise Stake specifically in the state of New Mexico. So this is Drake's response, and Drake is basically denying it, saying that he had no responsibility for what he was doing, despite the fact that he is doing promotional content for Stake. Him saying that he didn't target New Mexico specifically, to me, that doesn't make any sense, because you're promoting this to everybody in America. You're promoting this to everybody in Canada, basically everywhere you have an audience, which is at this point globally, because Drake is somebody that everybody knows about. So for you to say that you weren't targeting New Mexico directly, to me, I don't really agree with that, because the promotion is to target every single person in every single state. But the plaintiffs have to prove that this was done in New Mexico, I guess, for this to carry on even further. So at this case, the plaintiffs are asking for the judge.
Hey, man, I mean, sheesh, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, we would just have to see how that play out, because I mean, even though he doesn't have any marketing or anything that specifically targets Mexico. If he has fans in Mexico, then and he's promoting this to his fans, does that count? I mean, I guess we're gonna have to find out. But I think I did see academics say something about one of the cases getting dismissed. I think I seen that somewhere. I might go find that clip and I might go find that clip. Hold on. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna go find that clip right now, and we're gonna take a look at that, and then we're gonna hop back into this. I don't know. The Ville might get into that in this video, but I'm gonna go find the clip first. I don't think it was that long, so y'all give me a second. All right, so I found the clip. So this clip come courtesy of Academics Media. I'll make sure I put their link in the description alongside of the video in this video. So we're gonna see what Academics is talking about in this. This video is titled "Case Dismissed." Drake, Aiden Ross, Grand Wizard, and Stake win in lawsuit. So we gonna see what it's time about. Without further ado, let's get to it.
You're not gonna hear this on the Breakfast Club, but I do want to say what's the craziest part about it.
My bad, I ain't mean to skip. I also wanted to tell y'all when it was posted. So this was posted 4 days ago, as y'all could see. So it's So let's see what it's talking about.
You're not gonna hear this on the Breakfast Club, but I do want to say one of the cases that I think we all know what it is by now. The jig is up. Charlemagne has been quiet as hell. He switched the conversation to 50 different things. He's like, oh, I'm getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Okay. Oh, look at Forbes. Perfect. All to ignore the fact of just really what it is. Charlemagne came and he did deliver, and I'm not gonna lie, he was successful. He kind of got everybody to believe that if anyone didn't agree with what he was saying, they were manic. The reality has shown thus far.
That's not what Charlemagne was trying to say, but let's continue.
That the website that he claimed was a reputable website no longer exists. It was AI when we found out, and then it ceased to exist a couple days afterwards. He also spoke about these lawsuits, and I told him, I said, listen, every gambling company gets a bunch of lawsuits, and it's really a money grab this and third. He kept saying no, even though he knows about the casino business, given the fact he was trying to get in the casino. He just got denied. Well, anyway, one of the lawsuits he kept mentioning, which I told him, I said, listen, every gambling company get these lawsuits. One of them, and actually I believe the first one, okay, or one of the most notorious one against Drake, Stake, George, Grant, whatever, Aiden, and a few other people, it just got dismissed, okay? The allegations was that Stake was operating an illegal casino online, which funds were used to inflate Drake's music stream and disparage his competitors. It actually got terminated by a federal judge. Actually, the judge signed that one of the 8 plaintiffs that signed an enforceable arbitration agreement with Stake waived the right to sue and requires disputes to be resolved through arbitration, which means when you sign up for Stake, you actually do sign up for like this arbitration to say, hey, well, you're not going to sue. You have to go through arbitration, which is almost like a negotiated or mediation type of thing before. And then
Okay, so this was 4 days ago. So what DeVille is talking about is kind of coming off the heels of one of the cases getting dismissed. I'm not sure if DeVille is going to bring this up in his video. He might. Y'all know I try to be fair as possible. I just remember seeing this and I was like, damn, for real? I didn't really look at it, but I did save it because I did want to look at it later. And when I seen the video of DeVille, I kind of remembered. I was like, wait, hold on. I'm always trying to have as much context as possible. So I don't know what state, or not state, I don't know what area this lawsuit was for, because what DeVille is talking about is New Mexico, and they said it was 8. So I'm not sure which one this is that got dismissed. He might bring it up in his clip, so let's see.
Remained 7 other plaintiffs, because remember, this was a class action, so he had 8 plaintiffs. So one, he didn't have an enforceable action because he actually elected to go through arbitration, which he didn't. So that's dismissed. And the other 7, this was the craziest part about it. They never had Stake accounts. Let's put this in perspective. It's like me saying you own a liquor store and me saying I'm suing the liquor store because I, drank from one of the bottles and the I don't know, it was open and I felt someone drugged me. And the records show I've never shopped there. I've never consumed anything from there. I was never injured or potentially injured from there. That's what's happening. So the other 7 people did not even have Stake accounts.
Okay, that's interesting. But I mean, it could be more to that. I know sometimes academics he only paint one side of the story. It could be more to that. do they have to have accounts in order to be, I guess, a part of whatever they're accusing Drake and Stake for? I don't know. Maybe technically not, but I mean, who's to say that's the reason the case got dismissed? I don't think he gonna actually get to it in this clip, but it could be more to that. Just saying.
So they were actual individuals, but they never used Stake. So how could you accuse Stake of being in this conspiracy that is botting and inflating Drake's streams, that is disparaging opponents, that is doing illegal gambling, when you don't even have a Stake account? Okay? The defendants were Stake.
Like I said, it could be the case got dismissed. So, but I'm not sure if that's the reason why. But who knows? You feel me?
Kick streaming, Drake, Aiden Ross, and George, who Charlamagne has been desperate to let you know is Grand Wizard. Okay? That's it. Now, you won't hear this on The Breakfast Club. You won't hear this as a correction from Charlamagne the God. It does sadden me that he brought a printout to our interview, but won't say that the website that he claimed was credible no longer exists. The lawsuit that he quoted also has been dismissed.
I mean, and he has a fair point. I can't lie. Like I don't remember the website, and I'm not sure why the website is no longer here. That could be a whole nother rabbit hole I ain't gonna get into right now. And I'm not sure. I don't really remember if this is the specific lawsuit that Charlamagne quoted. It could be. If so, Charlotte should respond. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Just being fair, just being unbiased. He should respond. So we're gonna hop back into the Ville and see what the Ville time about. Let's get to that. All right, so we back with the Ville, so we're gonna see what he time about. Let's get to it.
To give them a 90-day pause, giving them more time to prove this information. Or if they could just go and get a court-approved discovery into Drake's Stake promotion. They specifically want to investigate how Drake's campaign allegedly reached people in New Mexico. So, of course, getting a discovery is going to be a lot better than waiting 90 days. The other interesting part about them asking for a discovery to prove the promotion that Drake is doing is also them implying they don't need thousands or hundreds for proof. They just need one for proof. I think that's the big takeaway here. If they could prove that one person was influenced by Drake to use Stake, then at that point, they're able to prove their case. Now, this is...
Damn. Just one person? Sheesh. One person, it takes one person in Mexico to be like, hey, yeah, I fuck with Drake. Yeah, he's the reason why, I got Stake. Oh, damn. Yeah, Drake, you might be barbecued, bro.
Very important as well. The jurisdiction clash arrives after Virginia judge ordered arbitration in a related Stake lawsuit on July 30th. The new filing says Stake also won arbitration in South Carolina, while a Minnesota judge refused, and Stake appealed to the 8th Circuit. Those mixed outcomes place New Mexico at the center of a broader fight over whether these claims remain public or move behind closed doors. All Hip Hop previously detailed Drake's attempt to force arbitration in the New Mexico case, which began with allegations involving Stake.us promotions and gambling losses. And then suddenly this becomes a battle of arbitration. Drake and the other defendants are trying to get the dispute into arbitration rather than have it play out publicly in federal court. This is what they did in Virginia. And this is because of the terms and conditions that the user had signed off of when they made their Stake account.
Okay, yeah, because that's what Ack was saying. He was saying that, the arbitration, I think he says basically like another form of negotiation or something. But, okay, so it looked like arbitration is not talking about all this in public. It's more about just talking about all this behind closed doors, or I guess in private. But if you sign up for Stake, and that automatically mean, okay, if you sue us, it's going to be handled in arbitration, which is basically in private. But Academic said, so what case was that? Because he didn't bring it up. He didn't say whether that case was like South Carolina or Minnesota or Mexico. He just said that it got dismissed, and it was the one that Charlamagne quoted in their debate. And that lawsuit also came from a AI website that's no longer here, that Charlamagne was also quoting. But he also said that the case got dismissed because the people didn't have accounts. So if the case got dismissed, that's at least what he was alluding to in that clip. At least I don't know. He could have talked about it more. He could have went into more detail. It could be more to that. I'm just going based off that clip. He was basically alluding to the fact that that case got dismissed because the people ain't have accounts or whatever. And he was saying like, how can you not have an account but claim that Stake is and Drake is like promoting illegal gambling or something, right? So if they didn't have accounts, and that's the reason why it got dismissed, wouldn't that mean the arbitration rules doesn't matter in that case? But in that clip, he says something about that. I guess they tried to push for arbitration, but I guess because they didn't have accounts, they couldn't. I don't know. I think I got to go back and look at that clip. But y'all let me know. I could be missing something. I'm not going to go back and look back. I'll probably just rewatch it after this video. But I know he brought up arbitration. And he was basically saying that, like, oh, it got dismissed because the people ain't have accounts. But if you sign up, that automatically defaults you into arbitration. But it look like they're fighting against that. So I don't know how much of that would hold in court, allegedly, but I'm just going based off what I see. But y'all let me know. I could be missing something.
It defaults everything into arbitration. And for a lot of people who don't know what arbitration is, it's basically a private alternative to going to court. So instead of it going to face a jury or a judge, they try to settle the situation outside of a courtroom. But an arbitrator is supposed to handle the situation fairly. But they want to default on arbitration because they don't want this to go to a public courtroom. They don't want this to ever get near a judge or a jury or discovery, potential trial, judgment, or anything. They want everything to be done in private. They want all their information to remain private. And if they could do arbitration for every single state that has a lawsuit pinned against them. But you could tell as this New Mexico case is starting to develop that not everybody is going for that. And this is why Drake's situation with Stake is never going to go away. It says maintaining a stay would substantially prejudice defendants Graham and Ross because it may be months, if not longer, before the motion to compel arbitration in Erdan is fully and finally resolved. Defense lawyers had wrote, Drake and Ross want to stay partly lifted so they can refile dismissal motions while Stake's arbitration request awaits the Illinois ruling. Gonzalez, the judge, has not ruled, and plaintiffs propose another status report by November 11th if he extends the stay for 90 days. So this is becoming a battle if they're going to be put in arbitration or not. But what makes the situation interesting is that every single state is not going to look at it the same way. Every single judge is not going to look at it the same as the other judges that were in South Carolina, that were in Minnesota, that were in Virginia. If one judge ordered our
Okay, so what case was that Academics was bringing up then? Like what case was that? What lawsuit was that? I mean, not case, but lawsuit. Like what lawsuit was that? Was that from Virginia or South Carolina or Mexico? Like what the freak got dismissed? I don't know. I don't even know how much weight that clip actually hold. That could actually mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? This video is almost over. I don't know. I don't think DeVille is going to bring that up. But that was just something that came across, and it is kind of interesting, especially with this now coming up. I guess we would have to know exactly what case got dismissed and how does that play into this. Because Act said it got dismissed because people ain't have accounts, but you have to have an account for this to go into arbitration, right? Because that's what you sign up for when you sign up for Stake. Like if you try to sue them, then hey, this gonna. But it look like that you could fight against that. But I don't know. He was trying to say that got dismissed because people ain't have accounts. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, do you have to have an account to sue somebody for promoting something that you feel is illegal? I don't know. Maybe so, since the case got dismissed, but it could be more to that, and I don't know what case that is. And, Academics, he a little wishy-washy, so I don't really know how much I could really go based off of when it comes to him and his clips, especially, as I ain't see it in full, so I don't know. It could be way more to that than just that. But if this case ain't get dismissed, and if certain judges are saying no, I ain't going into arbitration, then I guess you could fight against that even if you have an account. So I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all
Arbitration in
feel.
one area, that doesn't mean that they're going to order arbitration everywhere else. And Minnesota is proof of that. Will New Mexico join Minnesota and have the same type of agreement, have the same type of stance? And will Stake have to appeal to the Eighth Circuit again? Again, appealing to the Eighth Circuit simply just means that they had to go to the higher ups because they didn't agree with them. In theory, if New Mexico declines to force the case into arbitration, that would be a significant development for the plaintiffs, but it wouldn't mean that Drake and Stake automatically lose the lawsuit, but the case will stay in federal court. The plaintiffs could push for a discovery. Drake could still fight the lawsuit on other grounds. The case could become much more public, which is the reason why they want these things to go to arbitration in the first place, because they want everything to remain private, low-key, and no discoveries needed, no judge needed, no jury needed. We don't need everybody to dig into our business. You see what I'm saying? Like, they're at this point, they want people to just mind their business because they don't want everyone looking into them at the same time, especially when a case like this could go public if it continues to stay in court. The New Mexico decision could become more important because courts are split. Virginia has already ordered arbitration in a related state case. Minnesota went the other way, and Stake appealed to the Eighth Circuit. So I think the biggest potential consequence for Drake, if New Mexico says, no, we're not compelling arbitration, the plaintiffs can essentially ask for a discovery that they've been asking for a while now. And that's potentially where things get more interesting. They could try to attain information relevant to their claim about Drake's promotional activity and the alleged connection between his promotions and Stake. So if the arbitration is granted, the case goes behind closed doors. If the arbitration is denied, the public case potentially continues.
Yeah, boy Drake like he trying to keep this shit hidden, but I don't know, man. They said one case got dismissed. Now I don't know what case that was. I don't think Academic said it in that clip. Maybe he said it on that stream eventually, but in that clip I didn't. So DeVille ain't bring it up, so I'm not sure how much weight that holds. But for the most part, it look like Drake is just battling to keep this in private. And some people, South Carolina, I guess, said, yeah, was it South Carolina? South Carolina said yeah, Minnesota said no, so it's up to New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? It could get sticky. It could get shaky. And then apparently we got academics saying that whatever Charlemagne brought up got dismissed. So I don't know. This could be two different lawsuits or two different. I swear it was all the same reason. I know the Grand Wizard guy got brought up into this in some way, shape, or form. But this is all allegedly. I'm just going based off of clips that I see. And so yeah, y'all let me know in the comments, man, if I'm missing something here. Y'all let me know if I'm missing something. You feel me? Nigga don't be, you know what I'm saying, picking up on everything, but y'all let me know. But yeah. And make sure y'all go like and subscribe to the video if you're not already. Make sure y'all donate to his channel. I'll make sure I have the Academics Media channel, a link also in the description since I did use their clip. So make sure if y'all interested to go like and subscribe to that channel too. And yeah, if you enjoy the content here, y'all already know what to do. If y'all want to donate to the channel, y'all already know where the link's set on screen and in the description. And yeah, man, it's your boy Chef Yef. Y'all know the only thing I'm cooking up is my opinion. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace out.